Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Monday morning here in LA, so it's 9 o'clock, 9:15, and I hope you are doing wonderful. Hope you had a good weekend. Hope your Monday is starting out well. I know it's different. Everything is shifting because it is Corona times, right? So we are shifting into the new mode. And this mode, albeit a little bit silent, is also a beautiful, beautiful place where we have a chance to recuperate ourselves. We have a chance to come back inside. You have a chance to come back into you. To start finding a new footing for yourself. We have spent almost all our lives running away from our inner selves, hiding it. One of the ways to look at this is that since we were little, we start hiding our pain. When we are real small, we're 3, 4, 5 years old, we have this inner energy and joy. We run around in the sunshine, and we love feeling the wind and the sunshine on our skin, right? You just, and running barefoot in the grass is just, you remember that feeling of beauty, of love, and of experience. And then, as we get a little bit older, we start getting kind of hurt by life, either by parents, by friends, by siblings. People around us starts to hurt us in different ways. We start experiencing pain. It may not be that they're hurting us, they may just be expressing themselves. But it becomes pain. So then we start to hide our joy, right? We start to shelter or protect that sense of joy because we are, when you're unfiltered, when you are pure joy, the pain is very big when it hits you. So then we end up building these outer selves to protect the inner self. We end up building basically walls of ego. So inside of us, almost all of us, there is a sense of pain, which is why we're having to numb ourselves all the time, which is why we're not living life to the fullest, which is why we're escaping all the time. It's why we're escaping into work, into addictions, into attention, seeking attention wherever we go. As in, like, when people who are in relationships, but they're looking outside the relationship for attention, it's because they're trying to hide that pain, hide the pain that's deep inside of us. And we don't know it anymore because now that we grew up, we went through the teenage years, we're in our adulthood years, we have shoved it so far deep down inside that we don't really see it. We just feel it, like there's a certain level of uncomfortability underneath our hearts, in our heart, inside of us. There's like, we're trying to escape that feeling, whatever that feeling is. And we're doing it by hiding in the outer self, right? But in reality, the thing is, we can't really escape that inner pain. What we can do is face it and see it. And as we see it, as we become present, that's where meditation comes in, where mindfulness comes in, where spirituality comes in, self-love comes in. Because what we have to start recognizing, and we have to start reconnecting with our hearts. We have to start reconnecting deep down inside. Because when we do reconnect, we start to realize that yes, there's been pain, yes, there's been suffering. But inside of that, beyond that, there's still that love. That spark in your heart is still there. We just got to go through the pain into heart and find that space. Because that is a sacred, healing, beautiful space. But as long as we keep escaping, as long as we keep either using drugs or alcohol or other people or attention, or whatever it is whatever it is we're using to escape our feelings, as long as we keep doing that, we're not going to grow. And we're going to go further into whatever addiction we got going on. We're going to go further into that pain. Because as we're, using our addiction, as we are using ourselves, other people, attention seeking, whatever we're using, the pain that's creating is going to grow. That's just how it works. We use alcohol, we have to use more alcohol. We eat, we have to eat more, because it also creates pain, right? So when somebody's using alcohol, they do things that they wouldn't do normally. When you're eating too much, you end up hurting your body in ways that you wouldn't do normally. So you have to keep this going so you will numb the pain even more, because we don't know another way. At that point, we don't know another way to numb our pain. And by that time, we're usually so far removed from heart that we don't even think we have one. That we don't even know we can reconnect to the deeper self. So what I'm trying to say is that we have to use meditation and mindfulness tools. And if you have to go to counseling, if you have to seek professional help, please do. But we have to find heart again. We have to find our way back into heart, into stillness. It's the only place where we can find that and where we can become whole again. Because it's kind of the way of the world is that we aren't whole anymore. But we have to learn how to be whole. So, I'd like to invite you to turn within. I'd like to invite you to shut down, quiet down that loud mind for a minute. And we're going to enter our heart space together. We're going to begin by taking a few deep breaths. Take a deep breath. Release. One more time, take a deep breath. Release. And one more time. Release everything on the out breath. Now I invite you to turn within. To become aware of who and what you really are. To quiet down that mind, the voice, the criticizing voice, the critic or the judger, to let it go. And to step into heart. To step into inner stillness. And your inner sense of self. To become aware of you, that inside of you, deep inside in the center of you, is the spark of life. It's the spark of love in your heart. And as you're reconnecting with that, you're finding that you never left. You were always there, deep inside of yourself. No matter how hard your life was, no matter how hard times have been, you were always there, deep inside. We are reconnecting to heart and to higher selves. this moment, I invite you to step up to your own plate, to be all you can be, to live from love. Okay, everybody. We're coming back into the room. I'm saying thank you for joining. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. And let's talk again soon. I'm on here at noon and at 3. Bye. Oh, yeah.